Welcome to the Daily Meal for Tuesday the 2nd of February 2021. Today was match day and we played Norwich and we got a 0-0 at home. And if you didn't watch the game, you're probably thinking, oh my god, here we go, another draw. What a load of rubbish. But seriously, it looks like we may have turned the corner. We may have turned the corner. After the last game, I was worried that nothing had really changed. It was just glossing over the things because we were playing far too deep and leaving Zohor up front on his own too isolated. But this game was a lot better. When we countered, there was bodies moving forward. We defended well, and we were mixing up, going down the left and the right wings. All round, it was very good. There was still a bit of isolation up front, a bit of hesitancy to run forward. There were still times when Zohor was outmanned 3-on-1, maybe sometimes even 4-on-1, but overall it was a lot better. We had some really good chances again, and Zohor again, he didn't take them, and I'm sure some people are gonna moan at him about that, but we would play the top team at the top of the table, and we stood toe to toe with them, and we contended, and I think we really have turned a corner, and I'm actually excited to watch Saturday's game now. I'm excited. If we can play as good as we played against Norwich, we're gonna win. We should even score, because I'm sure we're gonna get more chances against Sheffield Wednesday. Anyway, let's have a read of what happened today in Millwall News and Daily Millwall. And this is from londonnewsonline.co.uk. This is South London Press's online website. It says Millwall 0, Norwich 0. Lions so unlucky not to topple league leaders. Millwall were forced to settle for a point after a 0-0 draw at home to Championship leaders Norwich City, making it 3 league draws on the spin. The Lions had the better chances and were unfortunate to not come away with all 3 points in SC16. They certainly didn't start like a team who had only won once at home all season. Kenneth Zohor had only shown glimpses of his capabilities in the Mill shirt so far, but he caused Norwich problems on numerous occasions in the first period. He combined neatly with Ben Thompson inside the box and went close with a volley before showing excellent power to muscle his man off the ball to tee up Scott Malone, only for the Lions wing-back to be denied the opener by Tim Krul. The Lions were happy to stand off the visitors around the box, and it almost cost him in the 24th minute. The tricky Plachita was allowed to skip away from 2 Millwall defenders on the edge of the box before forcing Bart Biakowski into a comfortable save. Millwall did fade in the final stages of the half, and Norwich should have taken advantage right at the stroke of the interval. Timu Pukki was played through but thwarted by an excellent block from Sean Hutchinson. The Finnish striker could only scuff the rebound tamely at Biakowski. Zohor should have added to his fine first half performance with a goal on the hour mark. A fine team move saw the Lions move the ball neatly from right to left before Malone fizzed a teasing cross to the back post. The Danish striker should have done better with his header from point blank range. The hosts continued to press for an opening goal, with Jed Wallace seeing a close range effort blocked after another good Millwall move. Sean Hutchinson had a late penalty appeal turned down after he was sent tumbling in the box, much to the fury of Gary Rowett on the sideline. The Lions finished strongly, with Wallace going close on a couple of occasions late on, but ultimately they were forced to settle for a share of the spoils as reward for a much improved performance. And right at the very last kick of the game, they were trying to get it forward, so the goalkeeper was out of the area. They did a throw into him, and then he did like a little sideways pass, and Wallace ran in, got the pass off the Norwich defender, and then looked to have a shot, and it looks like he missed. He scuffed it wide, but if you slow it down and look at it, if you get on the highlights, that the Norwich defender actually come back and just got his studs on the ball and it made it spin wide. Wallace didn't miss that. Wallace, I think it may have been going wide, but it looked like it could have been on target, and the defender got in and forced it to spin away. So yeah, that was I watched the game on iFollow. It was a fantastic Millwall performance. Even though we didn't win, I don't care. I'm so happy that they're back playing how we know they can play. But it's a typical Millwall way. They turn up for the league leaders, but the teams at the bottom end of the table, they don't seem to bother, or they don't seem to care enough to try. But when it's a Premier League team in the FA Cup, I mean, how many runs have we had in the FA Cup? They put out all the stops and they play to their potential, and we go through to the FA Cup semi-final, FA Cup final, or we do well against the league leaders and get a draw. But just run-of-the-mill games in the league, they don't seem to try as hard or play as well. They need to sort that out, and hopefully they can. Now let's see what the manager said after the game. This is also from londonnewsonline.co.uk, and it says, Millwall boss Gary Rowett, we were excellent against Norwich. Gary Rowett felt Millwall's performance in a 0-0 draw with Championship leaders Norwich City deserved more than a point, claiming it was the best his side have played for a while. The Lions were forced to settle for a point despite enjoying the better of the chances throughout against the Canaries. Do a comma there, mate. Millwall finished strongly and looked the more likely of the sides to find a winner after a strong second half display, but were left to rue missed chances and a couple of late penalty appeals. I think so, said the Lions boss when asked if his side deserved more than a point. It was an excellent performance, probably the best we played for a while. Norwich are a difficult side to play against. They're really, really technical. They move the ball around so well and drag you out of spaces. I thought we pressed them high really well for 20 minutes, then for maybe 15 or 20 minutes before half time, we found it hard to get close to them in certain areas, but we certainly created some good moments in the first half and maybe should have taken them. Second half, we were brilliant. I worried whether our energy could be maintained, and we really stepped on the gas and looked stronger than Norwich physically. We kept putting the ball into good areas and creating good chances. Ken Zahor had a good chance, Scott Malone had a good chance, Mason Bennett gets into a good position, Jed gets into a great position, and we have a couple of penalty appeals. Sean Hutchinson has a clear header and gets an arm on his shoulder. Mason Bennett is running through and the lad grabs his arm. I spoke to the referee afterwards and I can understand. I don't think they were so clear that they were so obvious. Maybe they were a little bit debatable, so I'm not complaining too much. It was really a good performance. The only thing I'm disappointed with is that we've had enough chances and the better chances to go on and win it. Yep. Yeah, we had the better chances and we could have won that. But that's the thing, when you play and you defend and defend and defend, then when you come into a game like this and you get a lot of chances, they're not going to take them because they're not used to taking them. Practice makes perfect. If you practice attacking and practice attacking, then you're going to know what to do when you're in a situation. But if you don't practice it, if you're just defending all the time, then when the opportunity comes, you get that half chance. You're not going to take it. But anyway, moving on. This is from soccerbase.com. This is how the table lies after that game, the Mill nil, Norwich nil game, and you can see we're in 14th place. Played 27 games. We are on 32 points with a -3 goal difference. And like the guy in the report said, only one home win all season. Home form 1-1, draw 9, lost 3, only scored 9 goals. That's quite sad so far. Let's hope, like I said, let's hope that's turned around. But you can see drawing games isn't. We're getting stuck here if we just keep drawing games. Although we've gone above Huddersfield, but if you look from 13th place to 18th place, there's only 3 points separating them. So, and if you look down to the team in the third, the team in 22nd, the relegation place, the third relegation place, they've got 25 points. So we're only 7 points above the drop zone. And in actual fact, that team was deducted 6 points for financial stuff. So they would be further up the table as well. So, anyway, that's the table. Let's hope we can get a result against Sheffield Wednesday. They're the team in the relegation place now, and we need to play as well against them as we did against the league leaders. And if we do, we're going to bash them. And let's hope we can, because if we don't beat them, then it's panic stations, because they'll be on 28. We'll still be on 32. We'll probably drop down to maybe 17th or 18th, and we really will be in a relegation dogfight for the rest of the season. But if we win, boom, we're up. We're up. We're on our way to breaking into the top 10. So, however well we played today, we need to build on it. They set the standard tonight. Now they need to carry that on to the next game. You set the level. You know how good you can play. Let's do it again. Moving on. The last bit of Millwall news today is Conor Mahoney. I told you yesterday that he was taken off just before half-time in the under-23 1-1 draw against Charlton at Dartford FC's ground. And there was some worry that was an injury, and it seems that it might be. It says, this is from news@den.co.uk. It says Millwall are waiting to find out if Conor Mahoney is set for another spell on the sidelines after he went off in the first half of an under-23 game against Charlton on Monday. Mahoney was making his first competitive appearance since November the 7th in the Professional Development League fixture, but was replaced in the 45th minute of the 1-1 draw. Billy Mitchell played the first half and came through the planned 45 minutes with no problem. But Millwall was set to assess Mahoney later this week. He felt a little bit of tightness in the top of his quad, Lions boss Gary Rowetts said. Again, until we know what that looks like, I'd be loath to speculate what it is. But obviously it's a bit of a blow, because we were hoping that with Troy Parrott going out, that Conor would step straight into that attacking creative option. It looks probably as though that's not going to happen instantly. So it seems Conor Mahoney is injured again. Oh well. Just our top scorer there. 1.4 million. Anyway, that was today's Millwall news and the Daily Millwall. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.